I'm Lily Norfleet, y'all. I'm sure you're gonna hear that a million times because I'm not somebody that's been out in the public eye that often. I'm a very private person. But as I build my company, FindHER KeepHER, I want to let you all in on my world a bit more. And so today we are in my hometown of Kinley, North Carolina. It is a very rural area, and we're actually at the home, my childhood home. We recently moved my mom from here about 3 years ago to Charlotte, North Carolina, but we wanted to come back to kind of let you guys know about my upbringing. So you can kind of just see around our old yard. It's bringing back a lot of memories, and the house was sold, so this house looks nothing like how we grew up, but the energy still here is still the same. We used to run around and play in the yard. My dad would have the boys working hard because I'm the only girl and I have 4 brothers. So he would have the boys out in the yard cutting grass and chopping down trees. We used to have chickens out in the backyard, and we would get fresh eggs, and we had all types of dogs and pets outside in the country. And just in this house, we learned so many things about life. Our parents, my dad actually taught himself how to build. He and my mom own real estate, and so my dad taught himself how to build, and he built onto this house himself, which is very powerful. That inspired me to be an entrepreneur, and also just the fact that my dad and mom would take risks and work so hard. It gave me my work ethic and my value system. And the value again includes hard work, taking risk, not marching to the beat of other people's drums, but like being my own person. I've always been kind of like a nerd, a quirky type of person. So even at this point in my life, I'm still coming out of my shell. And my parents would tell me to be fearless, go after my dreams, and just here out in the front yard, I was a tomboy, and I still am at heart. But I would be out here running around with the boys, my brothers, my cousins. We would play basketball out in the yard. They would play football out here, and my parents did not play about academics. You had to be on top of your game with your grades and reading and writing. They were big on work ethic again. My dad was teaching my brothers how to do the yard work, how to build, just how to be men. My mom instilled in me, nurturing your family, taking care of home, being a businesswoman. So it's kind of surreal to be here. I have not been on this property since 2019. So it's weird just looking up, seeing the pine trees and the woods where we grew up. It's a very surreal moment. So I'm just kind of taking it all in. So.
As a kid, her and my grandma was real tight. Like her and my grandma taught her how to cook. Lily had to grow up fast. She had to raise my nephew up as well. Like she didn't really have like a teenage life. Like she was always at home babysitting, or she didn't get to go out much. So she was kind of pushed into that, you got to do it now kind of mindset.
The land we're standing on, this is where my grandmother Annie used to live. The house she lived in was torn down, but just being out here, I'm just taking it all in. Like it used to be myself, all my brothers, our cousins, aunts, uncles, family friends would all meet at her home. It was a gathering place, and she was a matriarch. She was very nurturing, very kind. The things I learned from her were being respectful to other people, working hard, serving other people, being a loving human being, having grace for other people. And just from her, I learned the importance of family. She always had family around, family gatherings. She was child rearing for pretty much all the kids in the family. People, our family from up north would come down south every single summer and certain holidays. And she would take care of the kids, and she would have events so that we could all get to know our family. And I honestly, just being here, I really miss that, because I feel like now in my family, we're close, but we don't convene and get together like we used to with my grandma. So I feel like as a woman, there are a lot of her core values that I share. And so just being here is a beautiful day for me today, and very nostalgic, and it makes me grateful for the time I did have with her. So what do you remember about it, Junior, like out here?
Everything. We learned how to ride bikes out here. We learned how to fight out here.
Yeah.
I
was running with the boys.
Yes,
I was playing.
she was a
They would be
tomboy.
playing football, and I would be playing tackle football right with them, and I could hang with all the boys. Like, tough.
We found out that
I learned how to ride a
hip-hop.
bike, like right here. I remember I fell close to this area and I skinned my knee. I remember that. So like a lot of life's lessons and a lot of life's lessons and skills I learned right here on this land.
She wanted to succeed, and you could see that because, like I said, when we were in high school, it's a small school. Our class was small, even smaller population of Black students.
Let's get up
there. That's what I was thinking.
In front of the sign?
Yeah, in front of the sign.
Wow.
That's what I was thinking.
That's new.
Uh-huh.
I don't even know what to say.
I know, this is like weird. We graduated in high school from North Johnston High School in Kinley.
20 years ago.
20 years ago.
Yep.
This year.
Yep, 20-year anniversary.
It doesn't even seem like it's been 20 years. But it was a pretty small high school.
Yep.
What do you think our class was?
We had like a little over 300 people, I think. Was it 300? Wait a minute. Was it 300?
I don't even know. Like, well, it's probably like 100 or maybe 200, right?
I think we
somewhere in
there.
there.
It was like a couple hundred of us.
Yeah.
And yeah, we all kind of grew up together. I came from Micro Pine Level Elementary, and then we all went to the middle school
And
together.
came from Glendale, Kinley Elementary. We went to North Johnston Middle School.
Yep.
And then we all came to high school.
Yep.
Here. And it's crazy. In high school, I was like, I'm still like that. I'm like a nerd. And in high school, I was a nerd. I was very studious.
Yep. Honors classes.
Usually on the principal's list, because my dad didn't play. He did not want me bringing home B's. That wasn't good enough for him, so he forced me to get A's. So I was constantly had my head in a book. I was quiet, reserved, but always kind to people and open, for people. And
yeah, like her GPA was over a 4. What was your GPA?
I don't even know, like a 4.4 or something.
Yeah, she was like in the top 10%, I think.
Yeah, it's and Alicia, we were like always like besties.
Yeah, and we were in so we met in middle school.
Yeah.
At 12, so we met in middle school.
Yeah.
And after that, we were kind of like inseparable. So.
Yeah, so we're like sisters. Like we're
me,
friends with
you,
sisters.
Gwen, Brandy.
Yeah.
And then we went to middle school with Kay.
Mm-hmm.
And then ended up we all went to college together, me, you, and Kay.
We were like always like stuck like glue, like Velcro.
Yep. We were in the Honor Society together.
Honor Society, always getting recognition for our grades.
Yep. And one thing we used to do that was kind of trifling now that I think about it. Whenever
Lord.
we used to go to the basketball games,
She's spilling tea,
we would
man.
sit with the away team so we could meet the away basketball players.
Why she spilling tea?
I'm just saying, that's what we did.
Innocent in high school.
No. And so we was, oh my God, I remember this one game we did that. And I swear, we looked across at our home team and they were just staring at us. And they were mad.
Yeah.
They were like, they kind of gave us the cold shoulder for a couple of weeks.
She's spilling tea.
But I mean, hey, because it was like, we know y'all. We've known y'all for like years. Like we trying to meet some new people. So yeah.
We were friendly.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yep.
We were showing our southern hospitality to the other teams.
Exactly.
That's all we
were trying to make new friends.
My parents were very strict on me because, like I mentioned earlier, I'm the only girl. And so Alicia's house was one of the few houses that my parents would let me go to. Most of the time, it's like, no, you're gonna be at home, you're gonna babysit your nephew or your younger brother, or you're just gonna be at home. You can't be outside as my brothers were. So
I feel like hers was more of almost like real life responsibility growing up. And that's probably why she, like I said, is like so responsible in studies. Because I'm responsible, but like I said, my type of responsibility is different than hers. Like I said, she was helping with the family business.
yeah, so
But we used to own these though.
yeah, like all the properties on this whole like street, this whole block, those the duplexes to my left, this house, all those townhomes
And we own
to my right. My parents used to own these properties. My dad taught himself how to build, like I had mentioned earlier, and he would have my brothers down here. My brothers all helped build these apartments, and as far as my actual work ethic, my dad would have my mom and I, anytime a tenant would move out, we would be cleaning up. It would be all kinds of crazy stuff that I'm not even gonna say, but we would be cleaning up sometimes very filthy spaces. But at the time, I thought it was extremely gross, and I was a kid and I hated it. I was so mad at my father. But now as an adult, I see what he was trying to teach me. Work ethic, to remain humble and have humility, and to care about things that you spend your time and energy on. So as a kid, I was like, sometimes I would be getting an attitude with my dad, and I mean, he didn't play that, but I would still try it. But as an adult, I see what he was trying to instill, and I can appreciate it as I build my own company. He was very entrepreneurial. Like I said, he was a small town guy. He grew up on a farm, he and my mom, but they came together and pooled their resources together in their time and taught their kids how to come together as a family and build a business. And we didn't know what they were teaching us then, but I'm very appreciative of it now.
Yeah, man. Like I will continue on what she was saying. I mean, it taught us work ethic. Pretty much, if you could see, like we still got our tag over here on this tree right here.
Yeah, that's a sign he put up way back in the day, but like we said, we don't own it now. My family doesn't own it now, but it's just cool coming back home and seeing how things are changing. It's just, today I'm just getting the theme over and over that things are always changing. And even when we may not pay close attention to it, but there's a lot of change that has happened here. So it's cool to come back and see something that my family built together, and just all the lessons that we learn as we work together as a family.
Yeah, because now looking at it, this used to be a lot of crime in this neighborhood, but it look like it's actually settled down, and it's actually a nice looking community. We come over here in the 80s and the late 80s and the early 90s, and we built this block up brick by brick, literally. Like, we built all of these houses with our own hands. We didn't have a childhood. When we got out of school, it wasn't no playing with your friends. You had to come here and work. I mean, when I was a child, I was kind of upset by it, but now I'm like, okay, they taught us how to work. They taught us a trade. I can always work with my hands now. Mm-hmm. But it's like bringing back great memories seeing this. My dad passed away, and we come down here and remodeled everything. But now it's like it's under new ownership. I see it's a flourishing area now. It's kind of bittersweet. But it's fun, just all the memories. The last place I worked with my dad while he was healthy.
Staying in Kinley, of course, we love our hometown. It helped to make us who we are today. Being out in a place like Charlotte, you're meeting people from all different walks of life, different backgrounds, different age groups. And, you could pick up things from each and every one of those people. And I think, getting out of Kinley helped her to come to that realization, like there's more to life than just doing this day job.
Oh yeah, the Kinley News was over here. The news, the local newspaper for Kinley used to be like right here.
It's a historical society.
Yeah, it's like oh, that's cool.
Yep.
That would be a cool spot to go to if they were open. But yeah, it's just like, to me, basically from what I remember from childhood, which was a long time ago, most of these buildings pretty much look the same. The businesses may be different, but the buildings themselves look the same. It's like that small hometown type of vibe, you know? So just kind of taking it all in today.
The ministry
That
place?
one, it was an auto parts store.
Yep, I remember. What was it? Was it Advance or no? It was. I can't remember the name of it either. It's very like quaint.
She could have done it there, but opportunity wouldn't be bigger where she at now. Because from that town, it's like a little, I don't want to say hating town, but they don't want you to grow. They're trying to keep you in so they can be over you. So where she at now, I think it's a bigger opportunity.
This morning I was tired. I was like, I don't know if I'm about that life today as far as driving for like almost 4 hours, but I'm glad I did. It turned out to be a great day.
Good weather.
I think it's always good to not forget where you come from either. You know, I think that's important. As you like try to build something new, it's good to kind of reflect. Yep. So it's almost 20 years since Dad passed. It's 18? I ain't that great at math. Yeah. Yep. So
14 when he passed away.
yeah, I've always wondered like what would he think about all this stuff, you know, with his different multiple kids of his going on the journey to start businesses, because he was big about entrepreneurship even way before like it was the wave. You know, he was trying to find ways to reinvent himself and show us how to work hard and go after stuff, even if people say you can't do it because of how you look or where you come from. Like he was big against defying the odds and being super super in tune. Yeah, like he pushed for us to be excellent at everything we do and teach ourselves new things. So I miss having conversations with him about life. So I just wonder what would he think about Finder Keeper and the things that I want to do to help other people and things I want to do to reinvent myself and just try new things. Always in my mind, in the back of my mind, I'm always wondering that. I'm like, I hope I'm making him proud. I feel like I got a long way to go before I make him all the way proud, but hopefully he will be proud of what he's taught us and the people we are and the people we're becoming. So, and it's funny because on his grave says "We love you, old timer." That's what Mom used to call him. Him and her used to go at each other for saying they old. And I just pray that we get a lot more time on this earth to be impactful, because he was very impactful with his time. So I just want to make sure that I'm more impactful with mine. I feel like I played the background a lot throughout my life, but now it's like I'm stepping outside of myself, stepping out of my comfort zone, because he did that all the time to get all the success and achieve his dreams. He stepped out of his comfort zone all the time. So I'm gonna just push myself harder to do the same. I see him in my not all the time, but from time to time I see him in my dreams and grandma.
I have him in my dreams.
Yeah, periodically. Yep. But hopefully, like I say, I hope the things I'm trying to do and the things I have done and the things I'm going to do, that he would be proud of. I feel like he would be, but knowing him, he would be like, you need to go harder. You need to go even harder, because he was like, when you think you have arrived, you definitely haven't. So I know he would be like, you're doing pretty good, but you can do more. So, so I know it just reminds me to step it up, you know?
you.